Cher. Hi.
How are you going?
And I'm doing very good tonight. It's a Friday evening here in Washington State. So I'm ready to kick back, relax, and have some girl chat.
Yay! Well, here we are in Australia, and it's 2 p.m. in the afternoon, on a gorgeous sunny afternoon in Australia. And we're also, as we're so late back, we're also ready to kick back. We'll just see if we can maybe wait, just have a little chat, a bit of girl chat while we're waiting for people to come in and to see us.
That's it. That's exciting. That's what we're going to do. I want to wait for people to come in and join us. I'd love it if people could tell us where you're from, where you're watching from tonight.
Hey Michelle, hey Craig, there's you that have come in. Hello, how you going? Nice to see you this afternoon. Tell us where you're from as well, because we are, hitting around the world at the moment, aren't we, Lauren?
Well, we are, and that's what makes your and my relationship so special, is that you're all the way in Australia, me here in the United States, and what's amazing is we connected. Well, Spirit got us together.
Absolutely.
And it's been nothing but an amazing relationship experience with you so far. I'm so blessed to have you in my life, Cher.
We're both blessed because yes, Spirit did bring us together across the ocean, as I say.
It is, and we have to remember our time difference. It's Saturday where you are, right?
Yeah, it's Saturday here in Australia, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And I know it's evening, it's a Friday night special for you.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, so. Hi, Kelly. Kelly's joined us. Welcome. We're excited to have you here. We're excited to have everyone here with us tonight. We're going to discuss, well, Cher and I, we decided that we were actually going to do a several-part series. Is that right?
That's right. We're going to do a several-part series on love, the hot topic of love. But maybe first, before we start that topic, while we're waiting for people to come in, we just, Lauren, if you want to tell me or tell everybody what your magic is and how you work and what your business is, so that people know about you, and then I'll talk about me.
Sure. I'd be happy to talk about. You mean talk about myself? I'm pretty sure I have that down.
Me too.
That's why we get along so good. Yeah. Okay, well, what I am an intuitive energy medicine specialist. So that means I do quite a bit of different things. The main one being that I am able to channel source energy into my hands and direct that at the individual. So this will come up in Reiki treatments that I do. I do aura cleansings, chakra balancings, even a little bit of medical intuition. I'm also a certified essential oil specialist through doTERRA. And I have a particular passion for our Earth Mother, to be able to provide for us everything that we need. She's able to give that to us. And so I feel that essential oils is a great way to access some of that Earth medicine. And so I provide some consultations on that as well. And finally, I do intuitive readings. So I do psychic and mediumship readings. I'll use tarot, oracle cards, even pendulum. It helps connect you to your loved ones on the other side, and I also help you to understand where to best direct your intentions. So clients love sessions with me. They feel relaxed, rejuvenated, full of hope when we're done. And who couldn't use a little bit of hope in today's world, right? Thank you for asking, Cher. Now tell us about you.
All right, I'm going to Gothic, and I have had the ability to connect with spirit since I was born. So I've been connected with spirits since I was born. I know no different. And I have been able to connect that way, yes, since I was a child. And my Wiccan side is that we harm none. So being a witch, we harm none. So that's very much like Lauren, I guess, with Mother Earth, because we also connect with the Earth and everything around us. The moon, we follow the moon cycles, and we're very influenced by that, and energetically so as well. So yes, I also do psychic readings and mediumship readings, which our websites are just going along there. If you want to connect with us, please do. And book readings with us through our websites there, and we'd be happy to you. And mine's the same. I guess my hope is to give clients, my goal is to give clients that come to enclosure, bravery, love, passion, and connecting with their spirit and with their messages from their loved ones that have passed away over their spirit. And it is absolutely my bliss to be able to do that. Yes, both Lauren and I are very pleased to be able to do what we do.
And blessings happen to be the topic of today's live together. And would you share that we were born, you and I, maybe a little bit more sensitive to energies, possibly even the spirit world? But everyone has the ability to connect not only to their own intuition, their own inner wisdom, but they have the ability to connect to spirit as well.
Yes, I believe everybody has the ability innately to be a psychic. And I believe everybody is a psychic. And I do believe, like Laura, that everybody is able to connect to spirit.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
100%, and to connect to their own. And that's what we're talking about today. We're actually talking about the self-love and the love of you and connecting with that. It all comes from the heart space, doesn't it, Lauren? Everything.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so many of us are cut off from our heart space for many reasons, for all sorts of reasons. And that's okay. That's our journey. In fact, I have been cut off from love and experiencing love for quite a long time, but that was my choice. And as I've gone through some healing, I realized that not only is expressing love very important, but opening up to love and to self-love. So loving myself first before being able to fully love or even fully heal another individual.
Absolutely. And to love yourself before you can love somebody else.
And that's what our series is about, is all different types of love.
That's right. Correct. That's what our series is all about. And we're going to get into it, aren't we, Lauren? We're going to get
into it. I might even get a little bit vulnerable, might even reveal some personal truths, personal experiences. But it's those experiences that is what teaches us. And we can choose to look at these experiences as positive or negative. And it's all about our choice, choosing, the ability to choose.
That's right, it is. You have the ability to choose it, take it in a negative way or in a positive way. And there is the, you choose it as a blessing, and seeing it as a lesson. But the blessing isn't the lesson. And that is the magic, really, and finding yourself, really, as well. As you know, partners come into our realm, people come into our realm, and are into our world and our life to teach us lessons about ourselves. And that is the gift. That is the absolute gift. You know, people come into your circle for a reason. As I say, circle into friendship, into partnership, where you meet, coming down, walking down the road. People come into your realm to teach you lessons, to see something within yourself that perhaps you didn't realise was there. And that's the beauty of it, and that's the blessing.
It is, and you're so right. You're so right. To be able to look at everyone in my life as a blessing, no matter what happens, no matter what they say, what they do. For me, there's always a way to positively spin it for myself.
Yes.
So, I might as well just get into it, shouldn't we?
That's what we're talking about right now. So, Lauren, shall we get started? Seeing February is all about love and awakening the spiritual heart. Shall we make that a little segue into maybe us getting a bit more about what's happened to us? And our path to finding the love of us, really, the love of us, so that we now can teach it to everybody around the world. And I'll just
absolutely. Yeah, February, it's all about love, and we just had Valentine's Day, too. So, frankly, I did have an experience recently that reminded me to look at the blessings from the lessons that I learned from this relationship. So, if you're like me, you fall fast and hard for people, for your mate. And I have a tendency to ignore any warning signs, any red flags. I happen to have a little bit of a weakness for tall, dark, and handsome men. I'll just reveal that right now. And, I met this guy a couple months ago. And we had a whirlwind type romance, okay? We got fast and heavy real quick. And as time went on, however, I realized that he wasn't quite fulfilling my needs, my desires. And I made the decision to cut off the relationship last weekend. After I cut the relationship off, he showed me his true colors. He became very mean, nasty, even abusive towards me in conversations, phone calls, texts. And you know what, Cher? That response, the response that he had showed me that I made the right decision. That I made the right decision by ending this relationship. Breakups are hard. Breakups are really, really hard.
And you're not the only one. We're getting raw. You're not the only one that's had the relationships and the partners that you fall in. We wear our hearts on our sleeves, and all of us, fall so quickly. And we go, we're all in 100%, right?
Yes.
And then you start to see things, and it starts to feel a bit, that's not right, or that's making me feel a bit, that's not right. And the warning signs, and it's a choice whether you want to actually listen to those warning signs. But sometimes you don't listen until you get booted up above, as we say. Until you listen to it. But we've all had those partners, and I'm the same as Lauren. I've had partners in my world that have taught me some valuable lessons about myself, and there is the lesson that highlighted something that empowered And so I saw all of and still see all of my partners that I've had, even in my past, as beautiful blessings that taught so much about me. That's my gift now that I'm being able to share. Sharing now, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Sharing it now. So, and yes, it is painful when you're going through it. It's like a roller coaster, isn't it, Lauren? You go up, you go down, and but hopefully go up and see the lessons and the blessings.
Absolutely. And let's talk about some of those lessons and things that I did learn about myself, because that's what it's about, is growing as an individual. And what did this relationship teach me that I can then bring forward into my future relationships?
Correct.
And that was the beauty of this relationship, is, I've allowed myself, and I still am grieving the loss of what we had, because what we had was something beautiful, but in only, a few little aspects, not the whole package. And so I asked myself, what has this relationship taught me about me? And what do I know that I now need from a partner going forward? So if I can get a little bit personal here.
Absolutely, let's go there.
Let's just open up and be honest about. I'm just going to be honest here with everyone, because that's how I prefer to be.
Lauren and I both stand in our truth. We will be raw. We will be honest. And yes, Kelly's just brought up something very interesting as well, which yes, we do doubt our intuition, and we shouldn't. We should trust our intuition.
Yes.
Saving you.
And that is one thing that I help my clients to also get in touch with. I don't just want to provide healing services for my clients. I also want them to gain a deeper connection to their own inner wisdom and their own intuition, because that's where our true power comes from, is that innate knowing that this feels right or this feels wrong, and to trust that first impression, that first instinct, because I had it all along from the very beginning that this guy is not right for you. You're wasting your time. But I was telling that little intuition to, just get to the back, because I'm going to do what I want to do. And thank God I did, because I've learned quite a bit about myself. And being raw, I will say that what this relationship taught me is that I do truly desire a serious love relationship, and that I also enjoy physical intimacy and affection. Now, this is me personally. This is what this taught me. So to understand that, I've had my heart shut off from the world for quite a long time. I've put up walls on purpose. I've kept people, relationship at an arm's length distance, so that I don't have to have an emotional connection with that person. And, I went through some dark nights of the soul. I ended up doing a long-term healing, kind of committing to myself to heal these old wounds. And I began to open myself up to the possibility of love again, with this guy being just one of the first to come along since I've opened my heart to love again. So, that was a scary thing to do for me anyways, to be vulnerable with another person, to spend my time with them. And frankly, I could choose to focus on the negatives about him. I could choose to focus on why it won't work between us. However, I am choosing now to look at the blessings from these lessons. I mean, he brought so many blessings into my life, actually. And I actually feel better. I feel lighter as an individual when I focus on the positives, when I focus on the blessings. And that, in and of itself, is an act of self-love. You know, I wish him the best. I send him love and light because he deserves to be happy, just like every single one of us deserves to be happy. And I'm sorry it just didn't work with me. And I had to let him go in order for him to find his perfect partner and for me to find my perfect partner.
100%.
Yes.
I too have been famous to fall in love and find, and I too found a partner, and we open our hearts up, and then we find out that that particular person may be on a different path. Correct?
Oh, yeah.
Path to you, and you may go along and hold hands on that path for a short time, and then you go off on your own path.
Mm-hmm.
And when that ends, you do feel that mourning, all that loss. You know, you do go through that grieving process, and in that, it's sort of like you don't want to go there, but you need to go there to find your magic. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
That is your life, and yes, Spirit does protect you. We are divinely protected. We are so very blessed. All of us are very blessed that way. But that also in that darkness, when you're down in that darkness, and feeling really crappy, you will see your light. And that is the magic. And that's where you'll find the love of you, really. And that's what that relationship showed you, Lauren. Didn't it show me as well in my past relationships? It's showing me aspects about myself that I really probably wasn't in touch with, but I'm very in touch with now, and that's what I teach my clients now as well. My clients come to see me, and it is the whole experience, and it is the empowerment, and it is to see not the negative side of the relationship, more the positive side, what that person can brought you is like student, teacher, student, where they've been brought into the realm of your opinion, and that's the beauty of it, isn't it, Lauren? That's the beauty.
Oh, it is. Yeah, and you know, so many of us, I know I can relate to this, to hold on to things longer than we need to. We're afraid of change. We're afraid that there's nothing better on the other side. And what I want to encourage people to understand is that change is inevitable. And it's how you handle that change that'll dictate how you go on into the rest of your life and handle the rest of your responsibilities. You know, are you going to hold on to that job that you go to every day and just and dread going, and it makes you feel bad and worse? Or are you going to acknowledge those feelings and then do something about it? And you know, that's very difficult to do, to really take a look at yourself, your choices in life. You know, and it's important that we forgive ourselves as well for making choices that aren't the best for ourselves, because I mean, I can relate to that. I have gone down so many wrong paths that were not for my highest good. However, there was a reason that I went down those paths, because it has brought about in me so much more strength and fortitude and resilience that I never knew I had. So I look at my past negative experiences or choices as positive, as really amazing, because if I hadn't have gone through this relationship or that job or that another relationship, you know, I wouldn't have learned these things about myself.
Right, sorry, Lauren, I just want to say something to people that are watching us right now. Lauren and I will not ask you for your email addresses in the inbox for reading. We will not be asking you for reading. So if you get any messages, Dr. Patty Box, for readings, asking you for a reading, then please block them. They're just things this through that I've just had to stop, Lauren. Sorry to interrupt.
That's okay. Yeah, no, we don't spam people's emails or inboxes. What we do is we show ourselves in full authenticity and know that we attract the best people and the best clients for us. The right clients will show up that need us in their life.
Yes.
And you have so many amazing things to offer, Cher. It's just, I have to say, Cher is the one who, right up front, told me that this guy I was dating and just ended our relationship was an energy vampire, which basically means he's someone that takes. He's a taker, not a giver. He takes my energy. He takes your energy. He sucks you dry, and leaves us feeling stunned, fatigued, also loopy, like confused, all sorts of things. And this is what happens to people who are empaths. And
suck you dry like a thirsty animal and leave you exhausted. And
exactly.
And yes, I did see what was going on, but that was your mark to follow as well. As a psychic, I do see things like you do. I do see everything. And we're just here as a to advise. You've got this direction and this direction. We don't play God. We just the direction of which way your choice. Lauren, we just give a bit of insight.
Yeah, it's important.
Mm-hmm. We don't play God in the relationship. That's your choice to go that way, or your choice to go that way. We just say it what we see, really.
Definitely. And it was interesting because not only did I have you, but I had spirit talking pretty loudly in my ear about, they told me to run the opposite direction from the very beginning, and they told me, end it now. I heard very clearly in my ears, end it now. And what's hilarious is I was like, that's my imagination. I was doubting the messages that I was hearing from spirit, and that's like the first time that I've really doubted or said, I'm not going to listen to you. I'm going to do my own thing, And, but I'm glad I did, because he really did teach me a lot about myself that now I'm really proud of and happy about and confident about moving forward into my next relationship. And you know what, Cher? We don't have time to waste, do we?
No, we don't have time to waste. We certainly don't have time to waste. Set your intention. See, now that Lauren learned that, and I've also learned that, yes, energy vampire is the perfect term. For me, on the witching side, we call them rat witches, because often they come with cloaks, can't even see it, all for ego, and they're charismatic, and they want to tell you everything that is good about you, start to believe it, and then the cloak or veil starts to live. And there's something dry and we're feeling depleted. We don't want to listen. Sometimes we don't want to listen until it really knocks us off our feet, and then we listen. But then the beauty in that is that it's made this beautiful space for us to know that won't happen again in our circle, as I call it, or we won't allow those vampires, because it's all energy, isn't it, Lauren? So we have a place that will protect us from those energy vampires coming in, and we'll see it. We see it like a red light really going off.
Those warning bells were ringing all along, and all the different behaviors. Every little thing. I'm always like ticking away, like, okay, that was odd, but I'll just ignore it for now, and then something else happens. Well, that doesn't feel right. But this and this and this is great, so I'll just let that go. But we do have needs as women or those with the feminine energy. We have a certain need from our partner, which is to be felt like we're heard, to be felt like we're desired. And hey, I don't have time to waste with a man that is not showing me that I am a priority in his life. And so, that being the case, he's out and I'm on to the next. And I know that my future husband is waiting for me out there somewhere.
Because you've manifested it, Lauren. Now, manifesting and making that intention, right? Let's talk about that. We could talk a whole series on that. Perhaps maybe if you guys want to put something in the comments, but manifesting is a great one. Because manifesting the new one, the same as me. We're both manifesting our husbands, our lovers, our partners. We're going to come into our realm that is going to treat us the way that we want to be treated and uplift us in every realm. Walk beside us, not behind us, not in front of us. So maybe we'll talk about that perhaps in tomorrow.
Well, absolutely, and again, that's a form. It's a form of self-love, is being able to set that intention. And also, I kind of wanted to touch on energy. What does that mean? What does it mean what is the difference between a positive thought, a joyful thought, and a negative thought? It's true vibration. And I want to be full of higher vibrational feelings, because when that happens, I feel lighter, I feel calmer, I feel happier, I feel more grateful for everything and more loving in my life. And those are amazing feelings.
I guess for me, and how Lauren and I, this is why Lauren and I get along so well, is because we both work so energetically, and we both beautiful empaths, and we just feel everything so energetically. And for me, I feel like everything we do, we say, we type, we write, we think, we have thoughts about, it's all energy. It goes out to the universe, it comes back to the threefold. It's a very powerful thing. And yes, and that's how Lauren and I work so energetically, because you do have the ability to put those thoughts out there and put those things in to bring in that right love for you, that right partner, or really anything. It's all to do with energy and vibration, Lauren. I don't know if you want to talk about the energy, when we're on the dating sites and things like that. Did you want to talk about that?
Well, look at that. We brought up the Tinder, haven't we? Okay, I'll go there. I know, because, I know people can relate to this one, right?
Relate to dating sites, sweetheart.
Even you? Wow. I mean, I think most of us have tried an online dating app or website. And what's interesting about these apps is there's usually like a red X button and a green positive check mark, and then we do the swiping left when we don't like them, and we do the swiping right when we do like them. So one thing that Cher and I had noticed about this, and we found quite interesting, was that what is the message that we are sending, not only that individual, but the universe, when we swipe left, when we hit that red X button? What is that message we're sending that individual? And we had an epiphany. The message that we're sending is that you're not worthy. You're not worthy for me. I don't want you in my life. It's like it's a more negative feeling, a denser energy than the, ooh, I like you. I'm gonna check that green check mark and swipe right. Do those individuals that we X'd out or swiped left on, do they really deserve that type of energy from us or from anyone? Which is, you're not good enough. You're not good enough for me. I don't want you. I don't like you. And we decided that, that was actually kind of energetically not the greatest thing to participate in. Is this grading scale, grading of these men, women, based on their looks, based on what just a few words that their profile says. And it got to the point where Cher and I decided that we're not going to participate in these online dating sites anymore, because every person on there deserves love, deserves a beautiful, wonderful partner for themselves. And they may not be for me, but I don't need to send it out into the universe, the negative thought.
And it's not only that, was it, Lauren, that we discussed? It wasn't only just about the swiping and the energy that was in that we just discussed, but it was also about the intention. What is the intention of us going on that site? What is the energy that we're putting in that we're going on these dating sites with? If we have a glass of wine or something and then press, let's go on 20 of Fish or Tinder or whichever one it was. What were we at? What was our energy at the time when we actually were with our girlfriends and going, let's go on to Tinder tonight and see.
Yeah.
You've got to go with the right intention, and then you start. And then the bigger thing Lauren and I were talking about is also, what is that person that is on the other side that we're flicking yes and they're flicking yes? What is their intention for us? Is it a physical intention, or are they just wanting sex, or are they coming for us like we were? We started off in the right intention, wanting to find a partner for love. Are they actually looking for a partner for love, or are they just looking for sex, or are they just, have they also had a glass of wine or whatever you had to come up with a different energy and a different intention?
Yeah.
So there's a whole thing around what Lauren and I have been talking about energetically with the swiping and the intention. So that's why Lauren and I have made the decision not to actually go on those sites. But I know that I've got a lot of clients and people I know that have had success on those dating sites and found their lifelong partner.
Absolutely.
It does work. Spirit does know, and will bring, I believe, your soulmate in divine timing. And I truly believe that, and I've seen that happen with my clients. So
yeah,
it doesn't matter where you are in the world or whether you're using an application, Spirit has your highest intentions in place, and they will bring the right person for you with perfect timing. So that's my addition to that, Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, you bring up a good point with the intention, right, of the other person, but I think part of my issue has been I don't know what my intention has been or is when I get on there. It's almost like different every time I get on to an online dating site. And because I have not been clear in my own intentions, that has caused me to get into a little bit of trouble here and there with some individuals, because either our intentions don't match ultimately, and so it's, for me, I made the decision just better not to engage in that until I'm very clear.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
And I also trust that the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is going to bring me what I need, who I need at the exact right moment. And what's interesting is those people that really teach you these lessons come into your life when you're least expecting it. Isn't that true?
That's 100% true. And that's why I say the universe, Spirit, has everything's done in divine timing, Lauren. You know that. You know that personally. I know that personally. And that's not only with your love, that's with every facet of your life. Everything happens in a reason. People come into your life for a reason. People come into the circle for a reason. And everything happens in divine time. You can't rush these things. And I'm the same as Lauren. I've made the choice not to be on the side securely because the same as Lauren. I'm trusting Spirit to bring the right person in at the right time when we're ready, when we're absolutely ready.
Mm-hmm. It's beautiful because not only in love relationships, but I would have to say that the universe brought us together in divine timing.
And Spirit, bless them.
Bless you. Thank you, Spirit. They do have a sense of humor, isn't that right?
They do, putting us two together, they do, certainly.
Yes, yeah. So I feel like you and I, Cher, we have quite a bit of knowledge and wisdom between the two of us. And our skills and our interests play off each other. And you teach me things, I teach you things, and what's brilliant is that we're going to have quite a few more of these talks with you all about love and self-love, because it has been through loving myself, learning to love myself, learning to forgive myself, that I've been able to grow and reach heights that I never knew was possible.
That's it, Laura. It is a beautiful thing, and that's why we're talking today about the self-love, really. The self-love doesn't have to even... Self-love means, too, that you may even need to connect with nature, Lauren. Like I said, do something for yourself. Just... I don't know, go for a walk, go for a run, do something that nourishes the soul, that nourishes you. Because as carers and as we are, we're healers, we put it out. But we need to replenish that, make that in. So it could be just that, going for a walk, or standing under a waterfall, what I do, or under the goddess, doing something for yourself. Because that's then it radiates out. And as you can see tonight, like, we're radiating out.
That's right, we sure are.
Because we've learned this to self-nourish ourselves and to fill that cup back up, fill that cup of self-love back up within ourselves. And therefore we can share this love to everybody we meet and all our animals around the world.
No, that's so true. And I know a lot of us have a really hard time putting ourselves first, putting our needs first, and to really understand, well, what is my need? What are my needs? And how do I best achieve that? And you're right, nature, being in nature for us empaths and sensitives is just so key. It's so needed. It's almost like surrounding yourself in nature again brings you back to basics, brings you back, reminds you, grounds you. Okay. Mm-hmm. And there's so many wonderful, beautiful practices of being in nature and how to ground, how to commune with nature and nature spirits. It's a fascinating topic, and we could do a whole nother live on that subject, because you and I have a lot of experience in that area.
Yes, well, we may do that, I reckon. That and manifesting, I think we could do that in our next one, Laura. I reckon that's a good thing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And different types of love as well. The love of spirit, the love of our animals, the love of us, the love of our children, the love of our partners, the love of life, the love of culture, the love of Wiccan. It's just endless, isn't it?
It is. And, your mission is to love every single person, living thing, inanimate object on this planet. That is our mission. That is our desire, is to spread the love and compassion. There's just so much negativity going on in our world today, and there are so many negative forces as well that are competing for power on this planet. And we as healers, empaths, psychics, light workers, whatever you want to call it, it's our calling and our mission to stand in our truth as loving, compassionate beings.
That's right, loving, compassionate beings. May we touch that around the world, sweetheart, from our hearts. And everybody around the world. That's Lauren and I are so passionate about. We're so passionate about this, really, aren't we, Lauren?
Oh my gosh, absolutely, yes. And part of the reason I'm so compassionate about it is because I have been on the opposite side of the coin, where I was more focused on negativity and negative thought patterns and all the things that are wrong in my life. I mean, I don't have an easy life. And I could sure spend my time complaining and hiding because, gosh, life is just too hard. Life is just too much for me. But you know, after I went through quite a healing process, which is something I will talk about in a book that I'm writing that's coming up.
Yes.
So because of this intense healing process that I went through, that finally it just broke. It broke a bunch of barriers in my mind and thought patterns that were keeping me stuck, to now having thought patterns that bring abundance, love, and people and community. And it's been an amazing transformation for me, and I love sharing this with people. But you do have to be on the lookout for my book coming out, so where I will go more into depth on exactly what kind of healing process I went through to change myself and to manifest abundance into my life.
And that's where Lauren and I are similar to a bit. Lauren and I, this is why we connected too, because I too have been through major transformations in my life. There's been a process through my life where I've found the love of me, and I've found the abundance of me and the magic of me, and the truth in everything that I just now share with clients. And that's my magic. And what I do with my clients and everybody I meet in touch is to uplift them, like I did with Wazzy. But Lauren just recently, sorry, I was just saying, short little names. That's my little nickname for Lauren just coming out.
She has a little nickname for me. It's an Australian nickname, and I love it. What's my nickname?
Wazzy.
Wazzy, there we go.
Aussies do tend to short give people nicknames, so you have to accept that. But I do love it dearly, and that's why I shortened the name. But yeah, really, that's just an Aussie thing to do.
I love it. I love Australian culture, and you know that's another reason I love my Cher.
Oh, bless you. Because of what I do and how I teach, Lauren was just briefly mentioning her book, which we'll get into more over time. But for me personally, my absolute bliss is my psychic mediumship and my witchery. I mean, my witchery. And so you'll have to watch out on my website, because I'll be doing circles where I'll be teaching the magic of me and you know, psychic mediumship things that witching, psychic mediumship, I'll be teaching circles, and I'll be also teaching Wicca as well in those circles. So head on down to our websites. They're at the bottom. I'm justlabamedium.com and laurenapplewood.com. Head over there, sign up to our email list, and find subscribe. If you subscribe to my email, then you'll get a lovely welcome in, and we'll be happy to post you out. And I've got discounts going on at the moment for the month of February because of the love. So all my readings have been discounted by 40%. So if you could go on there and look for the Aphrodite, another beautiful beloved goddess, and that's also about self-love. And then you can schedule a reading with me, a psychic reading or a mediumship reading. We'll get into some stuff, and it's a very intimate experience. Otherwise, just log on to our website, drop us an email, and we'll be inviting you to all of our exciting stuff that's going on.
Oh, yeah. You and I both have a lot of new things coming out. And it's beautiful because it's actually come out of our relationship and our talking with each other and us pushing each other to really get out there and do it. You know, but again, we don't have time to waste. And there are a lot of people on this planet that can benefit from not only the experiences that you and I have gone through, but the lessons that we've learned from our experiences. And, you know, I love to leave my clients empowered with knowledge on how to actually work with source energy themselves at home, you know, on their own time. You know, clients, we come to me to feel better, to feel more relaxed, rejuvenated, able to see their place in this world a little bit more clearly and understand where they want to place their intentions. And ultimately, I want my clients to leave feeling empowered in their own right, so that they don't have to rely on me forever for advice, because really you have the answers yourself already.
Yeah.
And I love teaching people techniques to get in touch with that inner wisdom, that inner knowing. So
I'm the same as you, Lauren. You know, I like to, you know, my aim is to give the client, you know, the empowerment, and to hand them basically the candle. But in handing them the candle, they actually have the magic themselves. And I guess our bliss, both you and I, work so magically that way. And we bring that out in them, and they leave feeling lighter and empowered and happier. See the joy. This is the joy of them, and the magic of them, and the truth of them. And for me, as a teacher, there is no higher bliss when a client comes back to me and says, "Oh, Cher, you changed my world." You created, you know, this has been an incredible, empowering, you know, and you rocked my world. And I can't believe it, but I can't thank you enough as a medium. There is no higher bliss for that, and that is both Lauren and myself. That goes to how we work, really. That is our bliss. This is what drives us. It's our gift, it's our magic. But truly, you're the magic, right?
absolutely, yes.
Our parents will come to us. We're just handing you a candle and showing who you really are. Because within who you really are, that is your magic, and that is your bliss, really, and that is your bliss. And it makes me emotional thinking about it, because I'm such an empath.
I know, and we have such a passion for this. We have such a passion for helping people to, not to say like we've accomplished and become such great individuals, but you know, we do have something to offer our clients that we're very proud of. And Cher, I think you have a technique that you like to use with your clients. I think it's something about a Buddha banana.
So if you come for a reading with me, it's thank you, Lauren, for praising that. Lauren loves to do this. If you come for a reading with me, I stand in my truth, the shift from the hip, and I'll see everything. And I like to say that if you come for a reading because I'm so transformational, you're going to get a nice old boost up from the side. And I'm sorry if they're a bit muddy because they're being in what we call the bush, but it's a forest. And I'm quite happy to give you a nice boot up the bum.
Sure, those boots are to die for.
But it will be done from my loving heart space. No, they're kind of nice. They're kind of nice walking down what we call a dirt track near Foreplay, but you guys, I don't know what you call it in America. What do you call it in America? Like a dirt road?
Yeah, dirt road, the mud.
Mud, yeah. These boots are made for walking. And
Yeah, they are, girl. Yeah, they are. And they're made for attracting attention.
And they're made for attracting attention. I am gothic.
That is one thing Cher and I have in common. We stand out wherever we go.
We do stand out energetically.
Yeah, energetic.
And who we are, because we know who we are. But we are still learning. As you said, we don't know everything. We are still learning. Spirit teaches us all the time. People that come into your life teach you. Your children teach you. Your animals teach you. You know, doesn't it, Lauren? It's like
Yes.
Constantly learning, and that's what Lauren and I love so much about this as well, is that we're constantly learning, and that's the excitement. That's why we get excited.
So excited. I mean, I'm so into personal development, wanting just to be the best person possible. But frankly, what it comes down to is diminishing negative thoughts about myself and others, because those types of thoughts keep you stuck. And the more you can rise above and say, you know what, I am worthy. I'm worthy of love. I deserve love. I deserve to love myself. And to actually go and look in the mirror and look yourself straight in the eye and say,
that's exactly what I was going to say to you, Lauren. So I just stand in front of that mirror and say, I am worthy of unconditional love. I am unconditional love. I surround myself in unconditional love, and I send unconditional love. For I am unconditional love. You guys can get in front of a mirror and do that every day. Blessed be. Blessed be.
Your lives will change, and they will change for the better.
100%.
We are proof. Yeah, aren't we, Cher?
We are. We certainly are. All right, Lauren. I think that wraps us up for tonight.
I think so. And
all right, though, you guys. So if you guys want to come back in with us again, just keep watch for our notifications about our lives coming up, because we will just probably pop in, and we are liable to talk about anything. Like we talked about love tonight, so please message us and let us know what else you'd like to talk about. I think manifestations is a good one, Laura.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think we want to talk about the physical stuff as well, about the sex and things. I think we want to talk about sexuality and things like that as well in future episodes, which is always going to be a hot topic, let me tell you.
Well, we do have one more week here in February to continue on this love topic. So, hey, look out for us. We may be coming live next week again, but definitely soon. So stay on the lookout. Make sure to visit our websites at laurenapplewood.com and shareslatermedium.com to learn more about us, to send us any emails, and to sign up for our newsletters and blog posts.
That's right. Visit us. All right. Okay, we'll catch you guys later. Have a lovely evening over in America or wherever you're watching us from around the world. If you're in Australia, it's almost time for a sip over here in Australia, although I think, Lauren, isn't it 5 o'clock somewhere in the world?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 8 o'clock here, so I know I'm about to get busy with my Friday night.
We wish you a beautiful evening, and thank you for joining us tonight. It's kind of special, and we look forward to seeing you guys again. Please, again, if you want to see us, connect at our websites, and yes, inbox us through our subscribe to our email addresses. Have a beautiful evening. All right. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lauren. We'll talk soon. All right.
Thank you, Cher. Bye, love. Mwah.